Hello and welcome to Hockey Night on Memory to Video Productions. I'm Evan G. Marlow with Joe B.B. Quinn behind the camera. We're joined today by a new face, Shaun Winton. He'll be joining us in between the benches. Thanks for joining us today, Shaun.
Sure, I'm happy to be here.
Obviously, always happy to have new faces here joining the MVP team. So Shaun will be joining us with a little bit of insight, a little Pierre McGuire-esque in between the benches as the Allies face off tonight against the Hooligans. Both teams come in at 1-2. Allies with their first victory of the game last game with Michael Kelsey, a huge overtime goal, putting the Allies finally in the win column, and something they'll try to do today, get to 500. How can they do that?
Yeah, it looks like they're going to have to come out with some offense, and they look like the team behind us. They look big and strong, and we'll see if they can get in between them and score some goals.
Should be a tight one. Allies expected to have their full lineup, so the same old faces, Wachtros and Hill up front, and Michael Kelsey obviously coming off a big game will be key for them. In goal, it's a matchup of Seth Gibson and Phil Gascon for the Hooligans as they're led by Chris Turner. So need a big effort from the Hooligans today.
Yep. We'll
see if they can take down the Allies. One of these two teams will go to 500.
Yep, both 1 and 2.
So we'll take a quick break. As always, the Allies are sponsored by Central Cafe, which makes unbelievable chicken wings in Central Plainville. Some of the best I've ever had. We'll take a break, let Shaun get down in between the benches, and be back with opening face-off after these messages. Opening face-off as Allies missing a few members from their bench to start the game, but expected to have the full roster tonight as Hooligans runs into Delgado. Here's Kelsey with a nice move, cutting on through the defense, unable to get a shot off, though. Kelsey down to Hill. Hill wheeling around, taken away by the defense. Poked ahead, but Benning takes from Turner. Puyen with it now for the Hooligans. Over up to Raymond. And then trying to get it back to Puyen, but poked away by Delgado. Hops over Kelsey's stick. And here's Puyen again with a shot. Wide open in front was Cox, but unable to finish. There's another good chance. Shot unable to get through. Some poor defense early on there by the Allies, letting Cox in all alone in front on Gibson. Luckily for the Allies, unable to convert that chance. Raymond trying to get a shot on that. Hill in with speed. Back to Kelsey, kicks up to himself, shot, score! Beautiful goal by Michael Kelsey, gets the Allies on the board early here, 1-0. Evan Hill with a great pass there. Kelsey kicks to himself and scores that one home.
And that one this year.
Coming off the OT winner last game, Kelsey starts off where he finished. First real shot against low blocker's side. A nice little bit of footwork there by Michael Kelsey to get that shot off on the drop pass from Hill. Gibson plays that over to Delgado. Hill pokes away from Criscuolo. Makes a nice move to the backhand, trying to squeak it on through Gascon, but he's able to cover that one up. Allies looking to be the superior skilled and speed team just from the early couple minutes here on. The Hooligans not showing to be the fleetest of foot. Steve Frey with it now. He rims it around. Talbot with the pinch. Pokes up to Kelsey. Loose in front. Still loose. Whacking at it. Two big saves there by Gascon with Kelsey loose in front. Jamming at it. Here's some speeds from the Hooligans on the rush as the backhand squeaks on through. Delgado with it there. Avoids the reach of Criscuolo. Chips on over to Kelsey. Big wide by him. Shot right off the post. Huge clapper by Kelsey. Looking for his second of the game early on here.
Keep it up, Kelsey. Good shot.
Nice save there by the post. Gascon will take it any way he can get it this early on. Kelsey calling for it there. Talbot unable to settle it. Eventually gets a shot, but it's blocked down by Turner. And here is Turner on the rush, showing some speed. Good shot by him, saved by Gibson. Talbot clears it safely away over to Rieger. Rieger with it now, chipping on up. Kelsey behind the defense, played by Turner and Frey, trying to squeak through them. Eventually loses it to Criscolo, who just shoots it on down. Gibson leaves it off to Talbot. Over to Delgado now. Delgado chips over, plays it to himself, moves past Cox. Chipped over to Hill, freshly off the bench. Nice move past Turner. Shot, save. As Hill with a nice move there, past Raymond rather.
It looks like those goalies are getting to work.
Definitely there. Kelsey with the other goal, but other than that, a couple big saves from Gascon. And obviously the Talbot shot blocked there.
You wait to see what happens. You gotta go.
Hill with a lazy drop pass there, and Criscolo able to get to it.
No, I know. I don't want you to. I'm right
Eventually it's safely cleared away though by Talbot. Benning pressures Frey. He's able to get it over to Cox. Talbot pokes away as Criscolo was behind him wide open. Would have had a breakaway if Cox was able to get it to him. Hill fending off Criscolo, cutting through Cox, and eventually Criscolo gets it from him. And here is Raymond. Pressured by Hill and Kelsey. Good back checking by the Allies forwards there. What are we hearing from Joey Delgado down there, Shaun?
Joey Delgado has given us a scouting report on the Hooligans that that number 35 in the blue helmet is the guy that they're spotlighting today.
Definitely looked like he had a little bit of burst of speed early. Let me watch out for the rest of this game here tonight. That shot blocked away and up just barely out of play off of that new board behind Seth Gibson. 6:46 remaining, 1-0 Allies here. Early on, Allies controlling most of the action.
We're getting word that Watrous is here. He's dressing right now, so we'll see him shortly.
So Watrous finally getting here on time. Of course, missing last game as well. We'll see how long it takes him to get out here and get back with his line mate Evan Hill, likely. Bending up to Hill now. Over to Kelsey. Kelsey shot off of Raymond's gate into the corner. Here is the aforementioned Chris Turner. Settling down past a little bit ahead of Pouillon there. Kelsey has to come back for that one. Plays to Hill. Hill trying to squeak on through, but Pouillon gets a piece of it. Almost splits the defense there, but eventually Benning able to get it as Pouillon avoided Talbot at first. Cox's shot blocked away safely by Jim Benning. Over to Turner again, and up to Pouillon. Leaving it for Raymond. Raymond and Turner, a little miscommunication there. Cox, no chance there on Hill. Forehand, backhand, forehand, shot, score!
That was
Beautiful
right through the 5-hole.
Evan Hill with some beautiful moves there, as it was Turner and Pouillon, and Raymond rather, who got a little miscommunication next to the boards. And it turns out that Hill, the lucky one there, coming right off and ball right on his stick with Cox flat-footed, went right past him, made some nice moves, eventually beating Gascon over the glove hand, I believe. And Delgado with it now as the Allies up 2-0 here. Certainly showing themselves to be the better team thus far early on today. Turner with a little rush there, but his shot wide. Delgado squeaks on through, eventually gets to Hill somehow, but Frey takes from him. Frey's shot juggled by Seth Gibson, but have covered up for the save.
The Hooligans definitely look like they have the size advantage there on the rink today, but the Allies are skating fast, and they look like they had the initiative at least this early in the game.
Certainly thus far, giving them the 2-0 lead, minus a couple bursts of speed from Turner and Pouillon. Not much speed shown from the bigger Hooligans, and the Allies using their speed to their advantage so far here today. Poked up by Pouillon to himself. His shot blocker saved by Gibson. He gets his own shot rebound, though, and gets it up to Turner. Turner with a nice move past Rieger, trying to squeak through Kelsey. And eventually decides to shoot us safely down. Delgado gets into it with Criscolo. Kelsey shooting it safely down where Rieger will be the first one in the corner to play. Trying to make the back pass, but nobody there. So Frey will take behind the Hooligans net. Pass up to Turner. Here's the dangerous Turner with some space. Fakes the shot, holds, shot. Save there, somehow no penalty as it was Pouillon going strong to the net with Benning, ran right into Gibson, knocked him down as Turner held on for the shot. Shot unable to get through, but hard to see how that was not goalie interference there. The referee standing right here had a good look at it, so I guess he believed Benning pushed Pouillon into Gibson. Turner trying to chip it on up, just barely gets it to Pouillon in time. His pass to Criscolo, though, doesn't get through. And here's Delgado on the rush. Delgado cutting across, trying to go cross green with that shot. Unable to squeak it through. Kelsey fends off one defender, but can't get past the second. And Turner ends up with it. Big wind by him, shot just wide of the low glove side of Seth Gibson. Kelsey wheeling around now, has Hill behind the defense, just a little too far up out of his reach. Trying to chip it on through, but it hits off Criscolo, and he's the first one to it. Big wind from the red line, well wide. Ricochets off, and Gibson a little lazy with it there, but gets it out of the reach. Cox takes it from Hill, and Raymond fresh off the bench. His pass pops over Criscolo's stick into the corner, though. Delgado with it. Nice little chip move by him. Unable to get past Raymond, though, but he can't control either. They both fight for it. Raymond eventually comes up with it. Chance for a shot there, but a great back check by Delgado. Holds it up eventually, able to get it on net, but not much on it. And here's a great chance for the Allies. Steve Frey just able to get a stick on it. Almost a 2-on-0 for Kelsey and Hill. That would have been very dangerous there. Kelsey still with it now, wheeling around, gets the shot off, but wide. Frey with it now, trying to just clear it safely out, let the Hooligans catch their breath. Talbot's shot unable to squeak through. Down to Hill. Hill cutting on through. Some solid defense there by the Hooligans. As Raymond's big wind blockered away by Gibson. He chips it up to Hill now. Hill rimming it up and ends up on Pouillon's stick. Taken away by Kelsey. Kelsey in with a great chance here. Trying to go to the net. Taken down from behind. That'll be a penalty. Hill still with it with the goalie down, trying to chip in front. Seth Gibson showing some incredible athleticism, getting to the bench there. And Allies will just settle it down and play 5-on-4 for a little bit here with the extra attacker on. Poor pass there, but unable to touch up was Cox. Hill now in with it, cutting in, trying to get it up, and Turner eventually able to touch up for the delayed penalty whistle. Almost a potential penalty shot situation there, but it'll be Turner off for a minute and a half now, and the Allies up to the power play as Brian Watros fresh to the deck.
We're on a power play.
And looks like he'll stay on there. No warm-up needed for him. Seth Gibson back to his net, catching his breath after that sprint to the bench there. It's the biggest workout he's had so far here in the first period. With a minute remaining now, the Allies up 2-0 on the power play, looking to add to it. Watros just unable to find Hill there. It's been all Allies so far, and obviously up on the power play here. Not a good start to the game here in the first period for the Hooligans. Hill, Watros, Talbot on for the Allies, along with Benning on the point. It's Pouillon, Raymond, and Criscolo killing for the Hooligans and doing a good job of it so far. This is poked up, and Roger Raymond with it. Trying to cut back a little too loose on the ball was Raymond, and Watros back to it. Unable to control, though, and Pouillon shoots it on down here. Just 10 seconds remaining, and Gibson forced to cover up for the whistle.
You know, the Allies haven't had their power play goal yet this season, but it doesn't look like it's off to a good start yet for this power play.
For a team with such a strong offense, usually, obviously, you'd think with the man advantage they'd be able to convert, but so far this season, nothing. Just 6 seconds remaining here in this period to see if they can convert on the top end, and they do with Watros squeaking it through the legs in the 5-hole of Gascon. Fresh on the deck. Didn't take him long, just barely beating the buzzer with 1 second remaining, and that's the first power play goal of the year and a goal for Brian Watros.
Yeah, it did not take long for Watros to find the back of the net.
Didn't even have to come to the bench, just got right on the deck, stayed on for the power play, and able to squeak that one in one of his favorite spots in the 5-hole as buzzer goes off before the ball's even dropped, although I guess that was probably just all for show anyway. So we'll take a quick break. Be back with the start of the second period after these messages.
You know, what we're seeing down here is that it definitely looks like the Hooligans are the bigger team. They have some strength. They have one good player that in the middle, but the speed and the finesse of the Allies are definitely carrying the day so far today.
Definitely. So we'll see if the Hooligans can turn things around here in the second period after this. Here we are now with the start of the second period. As always, this is an MVP memory to video production. As to start the second period, we see our first sighting of Mike Bradigo, not wearing his standard Allies jersey, perhaps in protest to some stuff Joey Delgado may have said on Facebook. Rieger with a shot there, but Frey able to fight that one off. That one all the way down, and the aforementioned Bradigo will take behind the net. And we'll play a little back and forth here as it rims back down to our right. And Frey will shoot it on up to Turner. 3-0 here as the Allies controlled almost all of the action in the first period. Bradigo trying to clear it out, but Turner ends up with it after Pouillon keeps it in. Good shot by him, high blocker. Turner's had a couple chances of the shots, but they've gone mostly wide of Gibson as Kelsey gets up in Pouillon's face, but nothing the referee could see there. A little bit of a high stick he gets away with there. Pouillon has something to say to the ref there. Bradigo showing off his stick handling up to Kelsey. Has Rieger streaking. Rieger trying to get the shot through. Turner with a nice play there to deflect that up away. Dangerous pass there, but it gets through to Turner. Here he is with some speed. Tries going to the backhand, but loses it in the corner. Turner, as we mentioned a couple times, the only real flash. Couple chances for Pouillon, but other than that, not much shown here by the Hooligans so far. And here is Turner with it now, trying to get it through, but it goes to nobody and poked up and out of play by Kelsey.
Pouillon definitely had a case there for that high stick. Allies are fortunate that the ref didn't see it. He was coming up off the boards after the play just went past him, so it was a fortunate oversight by the ref there.
Definitely. Kelsey going for the stick lift there and getting a little too much air and not enough stick, and getting his stick up into the cage of Pouillon. However, referee with a poor angle on that one, so Kelsey getting away with it. There's a big wind, well wide by Criscolo. Turner's moved up and to forward here in the second period. So I think the Hooligans may be noticing what we have as well as the Allies, that he may be their best chance to get some goals tonight. So moving him up to forward to start the second here.
Yeah, they're definitely looking to score some goals, get on the board here in the second period.
Not much offense from them in the first, so certainly in need of a change, as Watros with a chance here, and his shot wide. Good back check by Criscolo, forcing a harder shot than wanted by Watros. Here he is working with his old line mate Evan Hill. Hill's shot able to get through, but saved by Gascon. Talbot with a shot there, blocked by Raymond. Hits off a couple sticks, and eventually it is Turner moving down with it now. Holds off in the corner. Loose in front, and Turner takes. Shot hits off Talbot. No, Cox's shot also blocked by Talbot. And eventually it is Talbot clearing it safely and down to the right of Gascon. Loose pass there, picked up by Watros. He loses it for a second there. Still with it now, has Hill in the net, trying to squeak it through to him, but Raymond gets the stick to pop it up and out. Shot there, good chance, but wide as through a screen. Here is Watros in all alone. Goes shot saved by Gascon. Watros trying to just beat him low glove there with the shot, but a good save by Gascon. Denying the great breakaway chance there by Watros. A much better chance than his actual goal, but Gascon coming up with the save this time. Talbot over to Kelsey. Kelsey trying to squeak it on through. It rolls off of his stick. Trying to get it up, but it's cleared out of play by Steve Fry. Bending over to Evan Hill now. Has Kelsey streaking. Trying to get to him, just bounces up and over his stick. Kelsey behind the net now. Nice poke check by Steve Frey there. It's Raymond with it now. Shot all the way down, and Talbot will beat Cox to it. Chip on over to his D partner Delgado. He gives Cox with a little pass off the wall to himself. Up to Kelsey as Talbot and Bradigo in front of him. Bradigo behind the defense now, as Rieger gets it off the boards. Has Bradigo in front, unable to get it to him. Bouncing around a little bit here in the neutral zone, and eventually Bradigo will settle it down. Knocked out of the air by Cox. Weak shot by him is taken by Delgado. Delgado in now 3-on-2 with Rieger and Kelsey. Over to Kelsey for the one-timer. Good kick save there by Gascon. Has Kelsey again with second chance. Good back check by Turner, makes his shot bad. Nice pass by Rieger, shot score. Beautiful pass by Rieger, hitting Michael Kelsey in front for his second of the day.
Gascon, he's let 4 in already, but definitely can't put the deficit on his shoulders. There, he's making a lot of really good saves, but there's just too many shots on to save them all.
Certainly not his fault there, but a great effort by Rieger, making the beautiful pass out of the corner, hitting Kelsey, who just chipped it right past Gascon. Got a little loose there with the defense on him, and it's 4-0 now, Allies. Not much you can blame on the goaltender when you don't score a goal at all. So some strong chances by the Allies, certainly controlling the play throughout half of this game, as we have 5 minutes remaining now here in the second period. Chipped up, and Bradigo will settle it down. A little too far for Kelsey. Kelsey's been a huge pickup here for the Allies as they lost Eric Wazinski. He's filled in his shoes wonderfully, coming up with some huge goals. Obviously the OT winner last game on a beautiful individual effort off the face-off, and 2 beauties today as well. Strong pass there by Bradigo to Rieger, trying to chip it through to Watros. Still fighting for it. Turner able to get it away from her. Over to his D partner, Delgado. Almost gloved down by Watros, but taken by Turner. Fends off Rieger and gets it over to Frey. Frey up. And Pouillon with a save by Gibson there. Awkward rebound, but he's able to blocker stick it away. Radigo just there in time as it was Raymond wide open in front of it, able to get it to him now. Raymond shot saved by Gibson. Still loose in front with Gibson down. Shot wide of Gibson. Two great chances there for Roger Raymond, but unable to get it past Seth Gibson as he was way alone by himself and unable to get it to him at first, but eventually Turner got it through to him. And wide with the first shot, it rimmed around. Gibson was down, had a wide open net, and unable to get the second one on goal was Raymond.
Yeah, it was a big shot there from the blue line off of a defensive stand there by the Allies.
Definitely, as we will have a face-off to Gascon's left. And Raymond got to be disappointed with himself after not scoring on Seth Gibson there. Back to the face-off. Gibson leaves it for Talbot. Over to Watros. Has Hill, beautiful pass, check it through the deep forehand, backhand, score. Just beautiful play by Watros and Hill. That's the kind of stuff you see from guys who clearly have played but together for a long time, as streaking through was Hill, and a beautiful finish as always.
Yeah, Delgado calls them the bread and butter of the team. Make sure that they're always playing together, and you can see that it worked out to their advantage on that play right there.
Certainly showing a great connection with Hill streaking through, and Watros just barely getting the pass right through both defensemen. Perfect right on the stick, in stride. Obviously nothing Gascon can do about that when you got Evan Hill coming down on you with speed, making moves like that. 5-0 Allies, the score after that. Evan Hill's second of the day. Benning has Hill now. Here's a one-timer shot. Score, hat trick, Evan Hill. A great pass there by Benning as Hill was just sitting there waiting for it. And when he got it, he hammered it home past Gascon.
Yeah, Hill with a hat trick there. He was coming across the circle there with his stick back and rearing to go, waiting for that pass to come. And when it did, he put it back in the net.
Definitely. Once he got it, he knew what to do with it. Certainly a great scoring touch by Evan Hill, shown by his hat trick today. Two beautiful breakaway goals, and then a hammer of a one-timer on the pass from Jim Benning. Some lazy defense here from the Hooligans as we progress here in the second period. Raymond slamming that one off the boards right to our left, and it's picked up by Criscuolo. Gascon hasn't been terrible. He's made some good saves, but been left out to dry a bunch by his team, and the Allies shown themselves to be just far superior, as Evan Hill again making moves, walking through the whole team there, but Gascon comes up with a save that time. Just too much skill and speed from the Allies as they are totally controlling the play here. Loose in front, Watros has Hill there, unable to connect, but they still control and get it over to Benning. Benning joined the rush now, looking to squeak it through to Watros. Loose in front, cleared away, but not enough as Hill, the first one there. Raymond eventually able to clear it on and out, and that's the Hooligans' only real hope so far, is just shoot it on down, with the Allies totally manhandling them here in the second period. Kelsey squeaking on through. Just able to get the poke check on it. Was a sprawling Phil Gascon. Shot saved there on Rieger. And loose, and Kelsey hammers it home for his third of the day. So hat tricks for Kelsey and Hill. Allies totally taking over 7-0.
Yeah, it's a rout here. Looks like the Hooligans have sacrificed defense for offense, but haven't found much offense at all. So kind of leaving their goalie out to dry.
Definitely, we saw them moving up Turner to start the period here, but not working out too good for them as they have shown no defense and plenty of odd man rushes and breakaways in front of their goalie. So a rough second period here for Gascon. And it's 7-0 now with just 30 seconds remaining here in the second. Kelsey with his third of the day, Hill with a hat trick as well, and Watros the other tally, as the Allies forwards have just totally had their way with the Hooligans' slow, big but slow defense. Here's some moves by Turner here. Shot squeaks through Seth Gibson. He's not going to be happy about losing his shutout on that one. As 5 seconds remaining here in the second. Beautiful start of the play by Turner, but the eventual shot was a little roller, and I think got Seth Gibson off guard, squeaking through his legs.
Yeah, it was a weak shot to give the shutout up on, especially with just a few ticks on the clock here in the second period.
Definitely something Seth, I know, will be unhappy about later today, but a goal either way for Turner. He'll take it, I'm sure, as his slapper there goes wide. So able to get on the board are the Hooligans, but overall, second period totally controlled by the Allies. 7-1 the tally here now.
Yeah, the Allies definitely took this game by storm in the second period. They scored. We have a hat trick for Hill, Kelsey, and Watchers got one in there.
Just a commanding effort by them.
Yeah, definitely taking advantage of the lack of defense by the Hooligans is what it looks like. They're a little bit slower. They're a little bit lazier on defense than they need to be.
Definitely need to pick it up. So we'll see if they can at least keep it respectable here in the third period. We'll take a quick break and be back with that third period after these messages. After I give you so many compliments for getting to the bench before, too. Here we are with the start of the third period. Seth Gibson blaming the last goal there on Bradigo, as apparently, obviously wasn't Seth's fault. We all know that, so. This one we're going to take as Bradigo's fault. Probably because he's not wearing his jersey. That's what it was, so. Here is the goal scorer, Turner. That one goes through the 5-hole. Not sure if there was a screen there, but I think Seth maybe just a little bit lazy on closing his legs there. Obviously up 7-2 or 7-1. Hard to keep your attention up maybe.
Yeah, it didn't look like he had a good eyesight on it and wasn't quick to get down.
Yeah, squeaking on through the legs there. Turner with a quick shot there. So 2 goals in the matter of just over 25 seconds for Turner, someone the Allies had hoped to shut down, but I'm sure they'll fine with giving up 2 goals as long as they have 7 on the board. They're not too worried about Turner having just 2 right now. Here is Turner with it now, playing against Delgado. Nice pass to Pouillon. His shot wide by Gibson. Bradigo gets it up to Hill. Poked up, and Delgado with it now, chipping on up to Hill. And over to Watros. Watros settling it down. Unable to corral, and it ends up to Pouillon. Over to Turner. Turner with a move past Delgado. Goes backhand glove save there by Gibson. Rims around over to Turner. Poked on up, and Watros ends up with it from Hill. Watros squeaking on through the fence right to Bradigo. Shot, score. Mr. Monday Mike Bradigo coming up with the goal there, as the defense actually poked it away from Watros, but ends up right on Bradigo's stick, and he hammers it home.
The Hooligans definitely look like they are getting frustrated out there on the ice. But Gibson over here is determined to keep that tally at 2. He's not giving up anymore. It doesn't look like he made a few good saves back there.
Definitely. Turner showing a little bit of anger there after that goal, whacking the boards in disgust. A little unlucky that time by the Hooligans, as they were able to get the ball away from Watros, but the second man for the Allies, Mike Bradigo, able to rip it on home. Beautiful pass up to Hill there, streaking behind the defense, trying to get it back to Watros, but it's poked away and behind Gascon. Down now 2 Gibsons left. 9 minutes remaining here. 8-2 the score as it stands right now. Allies well ahead. Hill with it. Makes a move right past Raymond, but Frey there, thankfully for the Hooligans. Shot there by Benning wide. Watro's chipping it up to himself. Takes a little stroll around. Still with it now is Watros. Eventually getting it to Kelsey. Kelsey going for the wrap. Unable to get it on through. Shot on down. And Gibson will play it for Talbot. Kelsey over to Rieger. Shot through, loose in front. Kelsey with it now, settling it back down to the defense. Benning goes D to D over to Talbot. Talbot with plenty of time and space. Shot through. Rieger trying to deflect it, but hits off Raymond. Shot there off a rafter. Could have sworn that one was coming right to me. I was ready to grab it, but hits the rafter and goes out of play for a face-off to Seth Gibson's left.
Yeah, I was worried about you up there in the booth on that shot. When high got a little out of control.
I appreciate that, Shaun, looking out for me here. But obviously, Joe B.B. Quinn would have had that one if it got anywhere near us. It was right on the trajectory, it looked like, but eventually hit the rafter. So thankfully, we're still safe up here. Face-off now between Kelsey and Criscolo, one back to Delgado. Kelsey back with it now. That one also up and into the rafters, and we will have another face-off. This one towards the Hooligans bench, as we see Chris Turner joining the Hooligans back on the deck after showing some disgust after the last goal. He, of course, the lone goal scorer for the Hooligans with both of their tallies. This one down now behind Seth Gibson. Delgado up to Bradigo, pass to nobody. And it shoots on down where it is taken and up and out of play.
Play has definitely slowed down here in the middle of the third period. It doesn't seem like either of the teams really have the fire in the belly that they did in the first or second period.
Certainly hard to see either team. Obviously, Allies up 8-2. Let off the gas pedal a little bit here in the third period, and Hooligans a little emotionally deflated from such a controlling effort here from the Allies today. Just unable to get anything going all day. Other than 2 individual efforts by Turner, not much offense created at all. Here's a chance as that backhander is loose, and Gibson able to hold on to it. It was rattling around for a little bit there.
Yeah, just as we say that, we see one of the few scoring opportunities that we've seen in this third period. It was a pretty good shot up into the chest of the goalie.
Yeah, just a backhander to the right of Gibson, but that actually one of the Hooligans' best scoring opportunities all day. So that says something for the offense they've created. Here's a chance now, but not much on that as it got jammed up in Raymond's skates. Able to keep it in, though. Knocking some boards down right in front of Shaun over there.
It's a dangerous sport.
Very dangerous. Got to always be on your toes here at any sort of hockey rink. Fake shot there by Turner. Shot, score! A nice play there by Turner as a beautiful fake slap shot holds on, and a ripper over the blocker of Seth Gibson. His third of the day, all 3 goals here for Turner.
Yeah, Turner definitely seems to have the Gibson's number here. He's notched up 3 of them today.
Obviously, we've spoken at length about him being the big weapon for the Hooligans, and he comes through with his third of the day. However, obviously, when you score 3 but you give up 8 and no one else on your team scores, that's a problem. So here's Bunger fresh to the deck here in the last couple of minutes, showing a little burst of speed there. Hill looking for Watros just ahead of him. So 8-3 now with 6 minutes remaining.
You got Jimmy. There you go.
And Allies still well in control despite the hat trick by Turner. They obviously let up on the gas a little bit, so they'll see if maybe they rev it up a little bit here with things getting somewhat closer here. Still a 5-goal lead, obviously, with 5.5 remaining is a pretty substantial lead. Loose now, and Criscolo to it, shot wide of Gibson. Talbot trying to make a move, but Pouillon pokes it away. Gibson well out of his net to keep it from him and get it up to Evan Hill. Poked up one hand beautifully by Watros, chipped up just bouncing over his stick there. Rattles around to Hill and stops, settling on it there. Here is Andrew Bunger showing some good moves. A couple flash of speed from him. Obviously coming out with fresh legs here, fresh to the deck. Talbot safely deflects that one up and out of play for a whistle. And they face off with 4:44 remaining now here in the third period.
You know, with 35 success out there, Turner scoring 3 goals, it makes you question the decision that was made in the beginning of the game to start him on defense. It wasn't until halfway through the second period that they brought him out to forward.
Yeah, interesting there that he did start on defense. Obviously, he looks like to be their best player on either end, but perhaps maybe he could have got some offense going a little earlier for the Hooligans, and this game could have been a little different. As it stands now, it's a 5-goal lead for the Allies despite his hat trick. Here is the Allies' latest goal scorer before this last turn goal, Radigo. Chips up to Delgado, using the ref a little bit there as a screen. Up to Rieger. Rieger curling in now. Shot there, sticked away by Gascon. Gascon not terrible today, but just too much offense from the Allies. Lit out to drive by his defense, multiple breakaway goals, and a couple one-timer goals. Not much goaltenders can do on those.
Yeah, a couple of them were just really good shots, but I think the lack of defense there by the Hooligans is to blame for the deficit, maybe not pin it on the shoulders of the goalkeeper.
Certainly, I would have to agree with that, as the overall effort here by the Hooligans certainly diminished as they lost the lead, but even prior to that, it was the Allies totally controlling the offense of this game here, and here is another chance for Rieger with it. Her shot kick saved by Gascon, still loose in front. Kelsey, that's a textbook example there, as the big rebound there, and Kelsey with plenty of time, as no Hooligan defenders getting to him at all. Bunger getting plenty of time now that he has gotten here. Brad goes up to Delgado. Off of Kelsey's skate. He gets into it a little bit there with Pouillon. Here is Turner looking for his 4th. Unable to get past Bradigo. And that's off of his stick and up to Kelsey. Kelsey with a big wide shot save. Out of the reach of Rieger was the rebound, and Raymond to it. Bradigo gets it to him, and Raymond goes right over the top of him. Somehow no penalties called anywhere, as Raymond got his stick way on top of Bradigo, tried just leaping over him. Bradigo looking disgusted with that one. I don't blame him. Here is Raymond. Raymond gives Bradigo a little whack as he skates by. Kelsey knocks him down. Bradigo with a little kick there as he skates by Raymond, so we'll see if anything else comes of that. Getting a little choppy here as we wind down with 2 minutes remaining. Turner's shot eventually gets safely to the glove of Gibson.
Yeah, you can definitely see that the frustration is getting the best of of some of these Hooligan players. They're getting a little bit feisty down there on the rink. Little elbows maybe a little high. But some good defense here by Bradigo. Turner's a threat anytime he's got the puck on his stick, but we saw some good play here on the boards.
Definitely strong job by him, and then he got into it there with Raymond a little bit, as I thought a clear penalty of Raymond sort of trying to jump over him. And then they exchanged a couple little whacks here and there, but nothing more of it so far. Obviously something we see a lot when games are out of hand and time is lacking. That pass is taken by Raymond. His shot, though, blocked by Talbot, and Watros ends up with it now. Chipped over to Hill. Hill past Bunger, but Bunger spinning around desperately, making the poke check there. 3-2 for the Hooligans here. Bunger going to the backhand. Held up a little bit there by Benning's stick, and unable to get a great shot. And Watros back with it now, up to Hill. Has Watros coming late for the 2-on-1. See if he waits for him. He tries to, but while doing so, loses the ball there. Gascon plays it as we approach 1 minute remaining here in the game. 8-3. Allies advantage, a dominant effort by them. As see if they add to it here. Banning with a shot wide with Gascon down. Allies showing a lot of heart here. Still not going hard despite the lead. They played to the last buzzer. Their shot. Score. Evan Hill looked like he was out of control for a second there, but always knowing where his line mate Brian Watros is, and just rips the pass over. Easy one-timer goal. Gascon barely moved on that one.
Yeah, if we've seen anything here today, it's how good the relationship is between Watros and Hill. They always seem to know where each other is on the ice.
Certainly shown by that goal, as it'll make it 9-3. Watros with his second of the day, and they will choose to run out the rest of the time here, as the final score of this one inevitable. 9-3 Allies victory. A dominant effort all around. Strong performance by the forwards, and not much offense or defense for that matter by the Hooligans. So 9-3 our total. We'll take a quick break and be back with the post-game wrap-up after this. Welcome back now after a dominant performance by the Allies. 9-3 the final total. Joined by Shaun Winton back up from the bench. Just a dominant performance by the Allies. Not much the Hooligans could do today, huh? Yeah,
the Hooligans, they didn't have it today. They seemed bigger. They have some strength, obviously, on the defense there, but the Allies were faster, and it looks like speed won the day today.
Definitely, obviously, a big performance by Evan Hill and Michael Kelsey with the hat trick. Just too much offense in the end for the Allies.
That's right, yeah, some good defense, too, and Gibson tended the net admirably as well.
Turner with his best effort in the hat trick, and Gascon not terrible in net for the Hooligans, but obviously, as mentioned, too much Allies. 9-3 the total. For Joe B.B. Quinn behind the camera, and Shaun Winton doing a fantastic job joining us in his first performance here today. We'll see you on Saturday night as the Allies try to go for their third straight. Once again, this is a memory to video production, so until next week, thanks, and we'll see you next time.